Developing products in the 4x4 industry is a huge investment. To design, engineer and test these products in Australia takes a lot of time and energy. It can be long and stressful, but when you get it right, it's incredibly rewarding. How does one idea and a team's curiosity turn into a new product with the potential to revolutionise the market?
G'day, my name's Doug Soden and I'm the product manager here at Bushranger 4x4. At Bushranger 4x4, we're all based in Sydney, Australia and have been developing winches to suit Australian conditions for over 15 years. These years of experience with winch development has given us a strong understanding of what's required to excel in the field, and we've built up a strong reputation for innovation.
Hi, I'm Adam Green, project engineer here at Bushranger 4x4. The control box is a very critical component to a 4x4 winch. It always felt like a bit of an afterthought, seeing them placed directly on the front of a bull bar on a modern vehicle. So the question was, why did we need a control box? Could this be located somewhere else? By removing the control box, we actually had to do a deep dive into how a control box works, how a contactor works. So by deconstructing existing contactors and getting a broader understanding of how this switchgear works in a winch, how to minimize components, this then led us to look at moving this switchgear directly to the winch motor. We were able to put down on paper the benefits of moving in this direction. From paper, this quickly evolved to developing 3D models and then 3D printing a working prototype. So we had a meeting with Albright International. They make DC-DC contactors, and we presented our 3D print.
The contactor is a key component of the winch. If the contactor is manufactured using low quality materials or isn't well designed, the winch will be unreliable. For DC contactors, Albright are globally recognised as the best in the business.
They really liked the idea and they were very keen on helping us develop the product further. With their knowledge and experience, we were very confident on where this project was going. Over the next 6 months, we worked with Albright International and our winch manufacturer to develop a contactor that bolted directly to our winch motor. At the end of this 6 months, we had a fully working winch concept with our bespoke contactor mounted directly onto the winch motor. We were really excited to where this was going to go. This was our go or no-go time.
Aside from a few generic standards, there aren't any national or industry standards around four-wheel drive recovery winches. So over the years of winch development at Bushranger, we developed our own standards and test methods to ensure optimal winch performance. Winch endurance is a key criteria for us, and our endurance test involves testing winches to destruction. It demonstrates how far we can push the winch, helps us understand where improvements can be made, and it also gives us a good indication of the winch longevity in the field. We generally benchmark our winches against competitors' products, and we've conducted the endurance testing many times. We are confident that Bushranger winches perform alongside the best in the business.
We took this working concept and took it to our endurance test facility. At our endurance test facility, we found this new concept winch outperformed everything that we had seen before.
When the engineering team presented the results, it clearly demonstrated the inbuilt control unit concept was viable. A winch without a remotely mounted traditional style control box really got the attention of the product team. There are more and more four-wheel drives being fitted with a number of different bull bars or frontal protection systems, from steel hooped bull bars to many bumper replacement stealth-looking bars. Consumers are not only focused on the protection side, they're equally focused on the appearance of the vehicle, the ability to mount accessories, and the impact this will have on safety systems such as sensors and cameras, etc. Modern vehicles now have these as standard equipment. A winch without a separate control box to mount would suit the market perfectly. It was time to push forward, reprioritise some projects in order to focus on this new innovation.
Working with Albright, 12 months and 20 weeks of tooling for our bespoke contactor, we went through numerous tests both here and in the UK. So testing involved IP, thermal, vibration, and shock to ensure that this contactor was fit for purpose. Now that we had proven the design and it passed all our testing, it was time to sit down and look at the design of the winch to see how everything would harmoniously work together. So there was great importance on how the motor and gearbox worked effectively together. Ultimately, we wanted an effective and reliable winch. We spent a huge amount of time in CAD working with our existing gearbox and proportional brake system, as well as the newly developed motor and bespoke contactor combination. One of the biggest challenges we faced was to ensure that this contactor didn't look like a pimple on a pumpkin.
A key consideration as we move forward with the development of the winch was to reduce complexity and make sure it was quick and easy to install. A focus for us at Bushranger is to ensure that we have the ability to confirm winch performance by bench testing. So we invested in an in-house test rig. This allows us to quickly confirm any performance mods we make on the fly.
By having our own in-house test rig meant that we were able to get answers very, very quickly. After 5 months of tuning and motor iterations, we were finally happy that we had a combination that was powerful and had great endurance. We had finally found this synergy between our motor, contactor, and gearbox. So marketing had come up with the COVERT name. Working with off-tool samples, they were able to develop the packaging, look and feel of what this winch was going to look like, which we thought was a really great fit considering there is no control box. After many months of tooling and production, the final samples were here. We then took these to be stall tested and endurance tested and found we were on a real winning combination. To confirm our own results, we had winches tested by third parties. This included IP testing, over 400 hours of salt spray testing, vibration testing, EMC, amongst others, to ensure that this winch would perform here in Australia and globally. There was so much development that has gone into this COVERT winch. Hundreds and hundreds of motors, hours and hours of testing, both in-house and externally. We've pulled apart every component on this COVERT winch to ensure absolute performance and reliability. We've inspected every single component of this winch before and after testing to ensure that we are delivering a really proven product.